So today I'm kind of doing a bunch of things here. I got the asphalt undercoat done in the front fender wells. I got some brake fluid so I can start gravity brake bleeding. I'm currently building a human to burn for a play thing that we're doing. So what I do there is I use green wood and use a big thing in the back to replicate a spine, and then kind of replicate a pelvis with some more green trees. Like I go and find some green trees, and then I do like a single larger bone in the top for the humerus, and then the two smaller bones in the forearm, and then femur, and the same thing on the bottom. And then I drill holes and wire them with mechanics wire, just 18 gauge mechanics wire from Home Depot. There's a spool here, 18 gauge. And then we did, the person that is playing the individual that has to be burned. We did a impression of his face. So what I do is I have a skull, an anatomical skull, that I cook a batch of ballistics gel. And then I set this in a large bowl with some rice in it to hold the form, like support it underneath. And then I put a plastic bag over top of it so the ballistics gel doesn't pour into the rice. You set that down into the big bowl, and then you support the skull, like usually when I put like a piece of wood into the, what is that called, the Maximus foramen or something. Anyway, that goes into the head like that, and you hold it so it's just kind of hovering off the surface of the impression using the attached neck thing. Pour the ballistics gel in there, let it cure, and then you got a replication of the face, and then I hand that off to a makeup person. The makeup person makes him look like the actor. But yeah, anyway, I found this tape, auto body tape, that's actually skin colored. It's actually pretty good. I used it for taping up the Volvo when I painted it. And then I'm trying a little bit of spray foam in some of the voids. I used some cotton rags in some of the areas, but anyway, so I was doing that, and then I ended up having to do some caulking on our trailer that was leaking and kind of giving it a little more structural rigidity. And I grabbed a bite to eat, and now I'm gonna see about putting some new injectors in my 456. So yeah, essentially you gotta pull the plastic bits off here, and then it exposes the injectors. I'm not sure if I have to pull a fuel rail or if I just have to pull a screw and pop them out, but the pressure regulators are under here as well, so I may have to undo those. But I can plug my fuel pressure gauge into the front of here to relieve any pressure that might still be in the engine. And yeah, so I'm gonna see about getting that done here before I pull this back into the gym. I don't know about that. I'm a teacher, I am not. Okay, so we pulled the fuel rails off, swapped out the injectors. These are the old ones. The injectors I picked up, they're not Ferrari spec. They are from 50 Motorsport. Their website said that they are compatible with 456, 550, 575 Maranello, and I think the 355. Anyway, they looked a little different. They were skinnier, and the end of this didn't project as far into the cylinder as what these ones do. But the O-rings lined up, and the clip was kind of in the same spot. But this little notch here that holds the retainer clip, it didn't extend all the way through the head of the injector. Oh, there's a little close-up of it. So, oh darn it! Dropped my flashlight. That was less than awesome.
At least it didn't hit the paint.
So there you can see the injector. It's kind of gray and it's skinny, and then the little clips, they are not fully engaging in the fuel rail for some reason, but the O-rings are in everything. So I guess the only thing we can do is pressure it up and see if we got any leaks. I do have to connect the fuel pressure regulators. I had to pick those up aftermarket as well because you can't get them from the dealership anymore. You can't get them from Scuderia or whatever. So those, I can't remember where I got those from, but they were online and they're adjustable. So when I was dialing these in, when I rebuilt the fuel pumps, there's a nut on the end of that. So I had to put a fuel pressure gauge on the end of the fuel rail and then adjust this to 55 psi. And you got to do it both sides. You can't get this hose anymore, which is why it's got these ugly pipe clamps on there. So that hose was pretty deteriorated at my major service that I got done. And they said, "Are you okay with us doing this?" And I said, "Well, what's the other option?" And they said, "There isn't one." I'm like, "Okay, then I guess I'm okay with it." Anyway, let's button the rest of this up. I got to connect the vacuum line to the end of these, and then we'll put the covers on. And then, well, actually, no, I'm just going to connect the vacuum line, and then I'm going to start it, and we'll just make sure there's no leaks.
Recording.
So we figure we do real-time startup, so if the gas spews everywhere, everyone will get to enjoy it. Gotta wait for the gas to get there.
Heard bubbling.
Huh?
And possibly dripping, question mark?
What do you mean dripping?
Yeah, definitely dripping sounds.
Where?
Underneath. Not out of top, but it sounds like it's dripping on the floor.
Yeah, these didn't seal.
Maybe the clips were... I don't know, it smells real gassy.
Did not seal. There you go. Go in and turn it over for me.
Sure.
So I can see. Oh yeah, no, don't bother. I can see gas spewing everywhere. All right, and new injector, fail. There you go. Clippy clip, horizontal.
Very good.
What I'm going to do is clip them into the rail first, which is probably the appropriate way to do this. And then seat the rail.
Clip.
Clippy clip. I was hoping it would just engage all by itself, but alas, the puddle of fuel on the ground says otherwise. I probably should have started from the inside and worked out.
Because now it's tighter.
Yeah. Let's do this one first before I do these other ones. Is it in? Can't be. Do this.
Like it's clipped in already?
Oh, that clipped. Okay, we hope this is going to work. What we did is pulled the rails off and then clipped each injector individually into each of the 12 ports and then inserted it from there. I think that is probably the best way of doing this. But we're going to see, because I'm going to fire it up and we're going to see if there's puddles of gas on the floor again.
Could be fun. It just dropped.
Alrighty, all back together. I guess we better go see if it still works. Don't throw those old injectors away just yet.
Just in case.
Oh man, gotta get your mom to move the car. Huh? Oh, greasy.
can just pull over Charlie Parks.
Yeah. Okay, let's pull this thing out, get it out of the fuel, hopefully get it driving it so it doesn't start on fire. That door wasn't open very wide. Okay. Can you close the garage? All right. Pop up and down headlights. That's my daughter Sophie. For anyone wondering. No puddle of gas on the driveway, so
Yeah,
that's a win.
Promising.
Put it in sport mode. The suspension's too soft otherwise, I think.
Sport mode.
Not warm enough to shift in the second yet. Engine oil and the gear oil change is scheduled for next opportunity. I was gonna do it today, but my gear oil and engine oil didn't get here.
Do you have to order it special?
Well, the type of oil that they recommend is not normally carried in local shops.
Makes sense. Guess it's warm enough.
exercise it.
Sorry.
Oh, don't say that.
What is it?
It says I'm speeding.
Oh, it's illegal. I guess that is.
I'm not worried that bad. Actually, no, this is in kilometers per hour. The speedometer.
Oh, perfect. No one will know. See, what you really need is one of those mounts that they have in all the car shows where they like, it's right here, and then you could just talk about your car and just say, yeah, these are like the fun facts.
Well, the fun facts are I'm just waiting for something to go wrong.
Yes.
Because that's Italian car ownership at its best.
Is that actually just like something that happens with all Italian cars? Is it just things don't work?
Well, the thing's 25 years old too, so it's old.
Right. Oh my goodness. That's crazy.
I suppose I should shift it down. 100 kilometers an hour is probably a little fast.
Maybe just a little bit.
Yeah, the wipers are just stopping the rain rather than letting it go. So the test drive was successful. It ran, and we were able to put it away until I can change the oil and the gear oil. So maybe I'll catch up with you guys want to do that. It's going to be a few weeks before I'm able to work on it because we've got a few things going on. But yeah, I'll catch up then. I gotta have a shower and go to bed. Okay, till next time.